Welcome to the It Just Works podcast. I'm Brandon,
I'm Ryan.
and we got a special guest today. Go ahead and introduce
Eric.
yourself. We got Eric! And today, we're going to be going over EA Play Live 2020. Special event that's usually held in LA, I think.
Yes, it's normally held during. It's like a day before E3.
Day before E3. So we're going to go ahead and cover EA's conference that they put over the interwebs, and we're gonna dissect it, talk about it, and just have fucking fun with it. Currently, we are in the process, or already are processed as intoxicated. I'm currently sipping on some Johnny Walker and Coke. I don't know what you guys are sipping on.
Bruce.
I am sipping on High Noon. Not sponsored.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Hashtag not a sponsor.
Yeah.
And I've got some Pet Flicks and Pills by Evans Brewing in Corona.
Should be a sponsor.
Local.
Shop local, everybody. All right, well, yeah. So since we kind of figured out what we're going to talk about today, let's get right into it. I think we're gonna save the very first thing we saw for save the best for last, because that is a game that's already out. We already know a few things about it, so we'll go ahead and save that topic for discussion later. But you guys want to talk about the indie games that were shown?
Yeah, we can talk about. Damn, I just lost my train of thought. Lost in Random, which is It's in a dark land called Random. Players take on the role of a little girl who travels with a friendly bipedal die as they battle randomness. The whole game is about being random, and it's got a nice goth-looking art style to it. Kind of looks like Ori Will of the Wisp, all those games. Definitely interesting. There's something about the die. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Yeah, out of all the indie games, that was the one that kind of took my eye. I'll probably check that out. You know, I'm not the biggest gamer like you guys, but as a casual gamer, that one definitely is something I want to check out.
I would like to clarify, my brother Eric here is our casual gamer correspondent. He's about as newbie as they can get, so his opinion is very important for any of you corporations out there. Haha! Brandon, Lost in Random. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Did you hate it? Do you love it?
I love it already, and it's not even out yet. I mean, out of the three indie games, I'm impressed with all three of them, but I'm most excited for Lost in Random. It kind of calls to... It reminded me a little of D&D with a bipedal die walking around behind you, inducting all this randomness. It reminds me of the random encounter tables and action checks, etc. in Dungeons and Dragons. So that already got me pretty stoked. Plus the gothic, or not gothic, it's like a really twisted evil world. It almost reminds me of Tim Burton. It's just the setting and the mechanics of it all. It's like having in-game cheats and randomizers in a game, just like how we were wanting randomizers in Pokemon. So yeah, it was. I'm stoked for that game.
Yeah, the whole world as a whole just looks beautiful and it looks huge for what they're building, and I'm just really excited to see it. I feel like these indie games aren't getting enough credit for what they presented with us on Thursday, and I'm glad we're starting with this because I'm really impressed with this game. I plan on buying it day one, so hopefully it doesn't get delayed too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get to Rocket Arena because that looks not fun at all.
Oh my god!
So
another Team Hero shooter.
Okay, so apparently I'm the only one that seems interested, but Rocket Arena is a third-person multiplayer hero shooter. It has players using heroes to blast rockets in several ways in a chaotic arena on current-gen consoles. So I guess it's going to get a next-gen update eventually, but Rocket Arena sports several colorful locales where players will duke it out using nothing but explosives.
Wait, so you're telling me I could play Fortnite with rockets only?
Oh
that
my
sounds
god!
So cool.
Sign me
That's
up.
the only thing that I thought of was little kids playing Rocket Arena. Sorry, now I'm good. It looks fine. The concept is cool. But that's about it for me.
Listen, I saw a guy with a dragon on his shoulder, and I said, you know what? Fucking sign me up.
Was it a dragon tattoo, or was it like a dragon?
No, it was literally like a dragon on his shoulder. Like a real green dragon. I was like, dude, that looks badass.
It was a girl with a dragon tattoo.
Yes. We all know how that went.
God.
And we're off the rails already, guys.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, with Rocket Arena, I wasn't too crazy impressed. It's just more hero-based shooting we've already seen with only one weapon type. I feel like that would get kind of stale. But I mean, if it comes out and it proves me wrong in my initial first impressions of it, I'm all good. But for
Yeah,
now,
and I'll just do what I do, which is let Ryan get it. I'll be over there, check it out, and see if I like it, which I probably won't. Then I won't have to worry about it.
yeah,
I would agree that these hero shooters, these multiplayer focused shooters, are getting kind of stale. They probably could have found a different way to create this game, like maybe with a full fledged co op campaign. Just any other way, because the characters, the locales, everything about the game looks great except the concept of it. So that's pretty much where I stand with that. It's just kind of, it looks great, but we already have so much of this multiplayer hero bullshit. I was kind of hoping they would have done something different, but they did not. So it's a little heartbreaking, but it is what it is.
yeah. That was one of the indie games, right? Featured on the indie
Yeah,
showcase.
so
There's 3 of them.
yes.
Oh, I
And
forget. It Takes Two.
yeah, It Takes
Correct.
Two is the third indie game shown by the kind gentleman who made A Way Out, which is kind of it was kind of like a breakout hit. No one expected it to be good because it came from EA, but the gentleman who made it was very dedicated to the game. The co-op was pretty insane. People love the game. It Takes Two seems to be a co-op follow-up to that game where it's just built, meant to be played with your friends, your family, and just have the best times. The world he's creating, it looks great. Obviously didn't show much of it. Comes out next year. But it caught my interest. I definitely want to give the game a shot. If it has a demo, I'm definitely going to play it. If there's a trial or something, I will be there. I don't see it as a day one buy, but I'm definitely curious to see how it plays out.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to maybe a day 2 buy after some reviews come out for it. But I like the concept of it. Troubled marriage, etc., etc. And the child who's stuck in the middle of it. I think it's a nice concept to force those people who seem at just completely different ends to actually come together and as adults. The kid only wants, as a kid, you only want your parents to love each other, but if that's not the case. Might as well make them into voodoo dolls and make them battle the shit out. So I'm looking forward to it, but I'm gonna see how it actually plays out in practice.
Right.
Yeah, me, the casual gamer over here. I didn't even remember that part. I remember the name.
Fucking pleb.
Yeah, whatever.
Takes two. Takes one to remember.
Exactly. It's one of the next things, we're just going to get through because it is a part of the event, is Titanfall 2 and a bunch of other EA games will be coming to Steam later in the year. So EA is definitely making a push to get rid of their shitty service, EA Origin, and just let people play their favorite games on the platform they want on PC, which is incredible, especially since they're going to be implementing crossplay. The next thing I want to talk about is Sims 4 coming to Steam. The day of the event was Thursday. It's already released. It's already out for everyone to buy. The game looks incredible. It's been out for a while, but I haven't played it. I've never even played a Sims, and I've never played a Sims, and I was kind of impressed with how much you get to do. Brandon, it seems like you're more of the one who's played it than me and Eric. What are your thoughts on Sims 4?
I mean, honestly, aside from the numerous microtransactions that plague, The Sims.
That's for Eric.
Oh.
I see him rolling his stupid eyes. Anyway, Sims.
Shit. Yeah. Anyways, with all the numerous microtransactions that plagued, the latest Sims games, with Katy Perry packs and Rockstar packs, etc., etc.
What?
Look it up. I'm pretty
That's
sure
not
there's
a
Katy
thing.
Perry pack.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
Fucking includes get to bone Katy Perry. I don't know, but anyways, I remember playing Sims 1 and 2 and even SimCity back in the day, like 99, early 2000s, and it literally lets you live a second life. Not to the extent that, say, Animal Crossing, or well, I don't want to say extent, but there's different ways you can live out your second life. In Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, you're manually doing these things, whereas in The Sims, you essentially set up a schedule, and your schedule includes going to work, getting a job, getting an education, going to the bathroom, and taking care of your basic needs of your Sims. And that's not even just the one Sim. It's if your Sim has a family, then they can have that family. So definitely the portion of EA Play where it had everyone who was able to represent themselves in game, I feel like that was definitely a smart play by EA, because we want everyone to feel inclusive, and The Sims is definitely a series that lets you live out your wildest suburban fantasies and just live the life that you couldn't live like right now. So I might pick it up on Steam if I got the extra cash. It's fun to just kind of lose yourself in every now and then, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it might be something I would check out too. I remember playing The Sims, like you were saying. I don't remember who had it now, but it was back in like 99, 2000. And, I mean, it was kind of cool back then when I was a little younger. So, you know, I mean, it's probably a lot of the same. I mean,
Yeah. Just updated graphics, stuff to do.
right.
The thing is, too, is
Right.
like when we were kids playing it, it's, I get to be an adult. Well, shit, I'm an adult now.
Right.
I don't got time and energy to do this again.
I'm an adult now. The last thing I want to do is recreate my life in a video game.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I'm inspired by Dwight Schrute playing Second Life.
I just want to
So-
live my second life like Dwight Schrute. I can
that
confirm
it's worth it to even just try.
That's true. You might as well try, right? So I can confirm The Sims 3 has a DLC called Katy Perry's Sweet Treats. It is real. I don't know what
so
it
you can
is.
Orlando Bloom the shit out of her?
Oh! Dang.
Is that too much?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay.
I think she used to be pretty hot. Anyways,
Used to
I
be.
mean, she's yeah.
so I guess we can talk about everyone's favorite announcement from the event, and that's Skate 4. I played the original Skate when it came out. It was definitely revolutionary in the way you're able to play it. I still would rather play Tony Hawk, and that's kind of where I see with that announcement. Yeah, that's where I see with that announcement. I'd rather play the remasters.
I already pre-ordered the Tony Hawk, so I'm on that boat for sure. I didn't know there was a Skate 2 or 3, so cool. Skate 4.
That's good.
I
There's a
hope
fourth
it's
one.
better than Skate.
Oh,
Ooh. Well, I mean, I played the Skate 1 back in the day, and I thought it was crazy how, it wasn't as outrageous as Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, in terms of doing Christ Air triple flip back grind for 2 miles.
Okay.
Keeps you a little more grounded. Well, you didn't pull off that combo, dog?
That was the point. That was the point. That was why we got lost in those games.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what you guys talk about. These stupid levels that make no sense, but you love them. You created them. I mean, that was the whole point.
Yeah.
That was the greatest thing about Tony Hawk and Skate. Skate was cool because it did bring it to the, it was real.
It was more
Exactly.
realistic, yeah.
Exactly. But, like I said, Skate 1 was a little rough for me anyway.
Yeah, it was rough for me too. And when I think of skateboarding and skating games, the soundtracks in the Tony Hawk games, the roster of skaters, professional skaters, and just playing the arcade skating games, it's like the stuff you could do in those games. I can do a Christ Air and do like I could put cheat codes on and do a Christ Air across the entire map. Like what?
As Darth Maul.
As Darth Maul and then Bubba or Jango Fett in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. 3. And it's just crazy to do that stuff. So I personally didn't freak out about Skate 4 like everyone else. It's just, okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at is, like, you have, I don't want to say divided, but, you have your outrageous Tony Hawk fans like us that like to do the crazy Christ airs and shit. And then you have the people who want to keep, it's like essentially you have your Forza Horizons, which is more arcade racing, and then you have your Forza Motorsport, which is more professional, more grounded, more realistic. And I feel like both, Skate's obviously done really good for the people who want the realism, because that's the thing now is it's always been a thing, is video games want that realism. In Tony Hawk, we can just fuck around arcade style. So, I mean, I've never personally been a huge fan of Skate 4, but that's because I was a tiny little baby when it came out originally, and I couldn't figure it out. But I mean, I'm be willing to try it with next gen hardware. Maybe it'll be a lot more smooth. So, see how that goes.
Yeah, I
I'm sure
just
people are
think with
stoked for
the
it.
of course, there's definitely going to be a huge fan base that's stoked for it because it is because of the fan base that the game is coming out. But I just think with Tony Hawk remakes releasing later this year, that people will who have never played those games get to see them for the first time ever. I just think that's going to take over whatever hype Skate might have had besides the diehard fans.
Yeah, for sure. Think about when you first played 1 and 2, and now it's remastered. Like you said, the same music, which was a really, really big part of it, at least for me. Ryan, I know you've talked about it. I don't think it's going to compare, especially if it's good.
Yeah.
Or as good as the originals.
Yeah, if we're playing the originals that have more fluid gameplay, obviously it's got better graphics from the trailer. But if it plays exactly the same, but like I said, more fluid, then it's going to be the best skating game ever made. There's no question about it.
Absolutely.
So I just think that will be Skate all day. And that's just where I see that.
The
Tony
one thing
Hawk
I
is
thought
like-
that was cool with the skate thing, which they had brought up, was basically they're doing Skate 4 because the public wants it. So even though I'm not in that that group, I think that's cool. That's the one thing about movies and music and everything that I like. When they listen to us, the buyer, the consumer, that's cool. But as far as for me, yeah.
Well, that kind of speaks to what I meant with the last episode when I was talking about the PlayStation 5. When there's that type of competitive, part of the industry, it allows people to create better games because there's such an audience for it. So, hey, who knows? Tony Hawk remakes are going to come out. Hopefully they're good. Skate 4 comes out. Hopefully it's good. Now we have skating games back like we used to when we were kids. I mean, all the way till
right.
Tony Hawk Project 8, I played those games religiously. Like Tony Hawk Underground on my GameCube, I played it all the time. And all of those games are incredible. So I'd be happy to have them back. So it's nice
I've got him in the garage
He's got them in the garage, everybody. We're actually going to go play them immediately after this.
tomorrow. Oh,
So we can move on to I would say the meaty part of the EA Play Live event. We don't need to talk about the sports games. It's the same shit every year. If you like them, good for you, but it's a waste of my time. So we're going to talk about Star Wars Squadrons. Is anybody... Oh, I'm sorry, Eric. Did you want to talk about Madden?
I just wanted to say one thing. My boy, Lamar Jackson.
Oh, God. I hate the ball.
Dude, I'm glad they put him on there. That's it.
Why? I
Because
heard
I
him
like
talk.
him. I don't
He's a
care
good-
how he talks.
He's a good player. I hate the Ravens.
I like that I don't hate the Ravens. I'm a Packers fan, but I just like that, he's doing his thing, dude.
It is nice to see him get that spotlight since he's such an incredible player at his age. So good for him. EA sucks.
Yeah, get right into it, Ryan. Squadron.
Yeah, Star Wars Squadrons. We finally saw a glimpse of gameplay. It wasn't nearly what they tried to promote it out to be. However, Brandon, leading back to our last episode again, it looks like this game is 100% first person. It looks like there is not going to be a third player or a third person option at release. That sucks.
That honestly really does bum me out. Again, it's like I said in the last episode, like they're really going for that immersion, that true cockpit Star Wars dogfighting feel, even complete with the cute little bobblehead that you flick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to unlock my cosmetics bobbleheads.
Yeah, right. I can't wait to see my custom shields and skins for my X-wing as I get decimated in
Yeah,
space.
Yeah, exactly. And I get that they want players to be immersed in first person. But when I played, once again, Rogue Squadron, Rogue Leader, and Rebel Strike, you were always in third person. Battlefront, you were in third person. Jedi Starfighter, you could do both. So why wouldn't you want other players like us to have that third person? A lot of people out there love the look of the vehicles. Not who is like, oh man, I really love the cockpit of that X-Wing. I am so excited to just see that. So I have a huge problem with that. Other than that, everything about the game looks great. The cosmetic shields is still stupid as fuck, but whatever. I'm excited for the game still. I did listen to a lot of other shows in the industry and other videos. It seems like almost every single person feels the way we do about the $40 price tag, is that the campaign is not going to be long enough. The multiplayer is going to be a barren wasteland, at launch. It's going to rely on content updates to survive. And it's just kind of sad. If they needed more time, like another year to release this game, charge us $60 for a full-fledged, space simulating game, cool. Would have been great. But it's EA, so I feel like they're still going to be cutting corners, and I'm still a little worried about this game. But I won't lie, I'm excited to play it, even in first person.
Yeah. Eric, what do you think about it?
Definitely on your guys' end, on your side. I was okay that it was just first person, but it doesn't make sense because you can let me buy all these skins and not see them. And I'm going to choose the A-Wing, not even going to know I'm in a different cockpit. Like, they're going to look pretty much the same for the most part, I think. But the footage looked good on the other side. I was interested. It had me a little interested in just even trying to play it. But I still feel like Ryan and you, and even you, Brandon, had said on the last one, personally for me, just like you, Brandon, I'll probably be a little useless because I'm the casual gamer, and first person is not my thing. But them doing the VR, that actually might be cool if you're doing VR, but not everybody does that. So why would you make the game only have cockpit view? I just would rather see an amass. I want my screen to be visually. I want to see everything. I don't want to just see the cockpit and then 3 windows and try. So, I'll probably check it out after Ryan gets it. So,
yeah,
over and check it out.
I'm pretty sure they're going to add a third-person mode eventually. It definitely won't be there at launch, but the idea that they're focusing on the hub. It's going to be a hub before you go into every match, so you're going to be able to see your pilot. You're probably going to be able to see your ship. But the fact that they're focusing on that and intro cutscenes before you actually start playing to see your ship is just stupid to me. I just don't get it. But that's it. I mean, that's how they want to do it. It's their game. They can do whatever they want. But I got to imagine like half of the Star Wars fan base is in our ballpark where they're like, I want to see my X-Wing. I want to see my TIE Fighter. They even showed a little bit of the cosmetics. The TIE Fighter was all red. I'm not going to see any of that in the cockpit.
You might see the nose of the ship, and that's about it.
Might see the nose of the ship. They might make your pilot be able to, just like the Forza games, use the right thumbstick to look around. Sure, that's cool, I guess.
That would be actually a good feature because you have open space on the top of the cockpit, and maybe you can see upwards. It'd be cool to have that right stick functionality to look around and be aware of your surroundings. What I like most is being situationally aware. And if I can't do that, if I'm laser focused just forward and of course the instrument panel, that's all I see, it's gonna be strange.
I strongly recommend to anybody who's on the fence about this game to go download Star Wars Battlefront 2, the current one, and actually put your cockpit into first person, or your game into first person mode when you're playing Starfighter Assault. And you'll see it firsthand. I mean, I tried the game in first person. I couldn't stand it. And this game is, no offense to EA Motive, but it's still Starfighter Assault, just made from the ground up. It's kind of the same thing. I will say the game mode where you take out the enemy capital ship is incredible because it is exactly a carbon copy game mode from the original Battlefront 2. It is the exact same thing that they had in their space battles. If you took out the 2 enemy, the mini capital ships, whatever they called them, you got like 20 or 30 points in the game mode. It was incredible if you did it. So it's almost the same exact game mode. That does make me very happy. The 5v5 I'm okay with. One of the concerns I saw another YouTuber talk about is that there's no AI on the map. So if you're telling me we're having this massive space battle, but it's just 5 versus 5, it's going to seem pretty empty and boring.
Yeah, that I didn't know, and that definitely doesn't sound good to me.
I didn't know either.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, even like playing Halo with you guys online, right? You've got in Titanfall 2, you've got other people, AI. So if that's really how they go, 5v5, I mean, that's definitely empty to me. And now you're searching for people in a cockpit. You can't even see your surroundings like you're talking, Brandon. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean that's to be determined. But honestly, I agree. If there, it'll be 5v5 in this wide, literally the expanse of space. It's going to be huge maps with bounds, of course. It's stuff like that. But I mean, if there's only those 5v5s going on, it's gonna how they balance it out. Again, it's coming out in October. It's kind of hard to tell right now, but cautiously excited about the game. I'm stoked about the idea of it, etc. But there's some issues that I see right now that I'm hoping they can quell my worries in the coming.
Yeah, I think more time and spending an extra $20 as the consumer for a game that's gonna be a game and be able to play it, and that would have been better. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. But like Ryan said, the game footage they showed was probably not enough, but enough to speculate and kind of be a little worried.
Yeah, and I feel like the game's going to be extremely unbalanced too, because if you look at the short footage they show, the interceptors, which is the TIE interceptor and the A-wing, they are flying extremely fast to where they can almost do these drift-like maneuvers and completely do a 180 and then turn on the enemy fighter. So if I'm flying a Y-wing or a TIE bomber, what am I going to do about that? I can't constantly have to rely on my 4 other teammates to survive. And I just think making a game like that is not good. Obviously, we haven't played it, so we don't know if it's going to play like that. But I'm also worried about balance issues. I feel like some ships are just going to be way smarter to go with, and then that's the end-all, be-all. And I hate these multiplayer games where they have to constantly update it and fix it. One of the things you can talk about is Destiny 1, is they always had to update the shotguns because they were like snipers, and then they updated them and they sucked. And those kind of multiplayer games kind of ruin it for me. So as much as I love the idea of this game, I'm still, even after the gameplay reveal, really on the fence about it.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how that goes, because I think something that's going to be brought to the Star Wars, universe is we finally got Battlefront 2 to where it should have been at launch. Took a while, but I mean, at least we were there. We have a great single player story in Fallen Order. I was about to say Force Unleashed, Jesus. Great gameplay, not good story.
Huh? What?
I said the best story, dude. Not gonna lie. I
Say
mean, one
Force
was great.
Unleashed wasn't good?
No, I didn't say that. I said the gameplay of the Force Unleashed 1 and 2 were excellent. The story, however, is lacking.
Don't do it. Save it for another.
Save it for another. Okay.
We'll save that for another time, because
We got plenty, like you guys always say, we got plenty of stuff to talk about.
Yeah. We're gonna have a whole.
We can do Star Wars
episode.
movies.
Yeah,
oh,
we're gonna
okay.
do
Whatever.
one for
Do
each
a whole
trilogies.
episode, 2 hours.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Each trilogy is getting its own episode, and literally
And
everybody
all
in the
video
world.
games.
All the video games will be on their own episode. But, anyways, Brandon, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're good, dude. I mean, we're chilling. Fuck. Lost my space.
I don't. You were talking about Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah, Jedi Fallen Order. It finally introduced a really good single player experience to the Star Wars universe that we haven't seen in a very long time. So I feel like with Squadrons, it's going to bring some more tactical gameplay. It's like how you said about being in a Y-wing and having a TIE interceptor, basically outrunning you and fucking flipping circles around you. I mean, that's going to be like, hey, use those call outs, and then your teammate's going to come and help you out.
Well,
if the Y-wing is anything like Rogue Squadron on the Nintendo 64, we're all gonna hate it.
It's honestly, it hasn't changed if you go play Star Wars Battlefront. Well, Brandon, I have a question for you then. Mm-hmm. Wouldn't you rather this be a more arcade, straight up, let's have fun Star Wars experience and not make it tactical? I mean, I'm not saying you can't have those elements, but it does kind of seem like they're trying to focus on that tactical side. And I mean, we've already said it before, is I wish every game didn't have to be so competitive. Like, why can't we just have fun with it? And I don't know if that's the direction they're trying to go. Is there going to be... I don't know. I'm just...
Well, take for instance, there's Call of Duty and say Counter-Strike, or even in the same category, Rainbow Six. You know, you have those more. Well, Counter-Strike is like kind of a happy medium, but Rainbow Six, you definitely have that tactical, teamwork oriented, communication oriented gameplay where you can't just go run and gun. Like, say, for instance, in Call of Duty, I can jump around like a goddamn spider monkey and you can get a tactical nuke and whatever the fuck.
Sure.
You have your arcade style, and a lot of people are probably going to say this, but you have your arcade style gameplay for Star Wars in the form of Battlefront 2 and their Starfighter mode. So this is going to be something, Squadrons is going to be something for the people who want that tactical immersion. So, I mean, in a counter argument, we already have our arcade style Star Wars experience in the form of Battlefront. So maybe Squadrons is their turn to delve into more tactical style gameplay. So
honestly, you make a really good point, because that could also be why there's no bots in Star Wars Squadrons, because if you play Battlefront 2, they have a whole fleet, basically. Okay, they made it look very like the movies. So yeah, good job. You got me there. I didn't think about that, though. That's a very good point you made. Eric, Star Wars?
You're making all good points, and I hate all of it. Tactical, and then like you're saying, a lot of games are being more focused on competitive. For me, aka the casual gamer, that's not fun, dude. Yeah. So if I buy Squadrons for $40, which is a good price, and I get 4 to 6 hours of a story mode, whatever, and that's it, and then I hate the online, well, what's the purpose? I spent $40 and I don't want to do anything online. I think that the online should have, I mean, you're going to have a whole open space with 10 fighters. How big can it be, and how long is that going to take? Are you going to get respawns? Then it becomes a whole different game. I don't know. For me, it doesn't really sound appealing. I'll go hook up my Nintendo 64 and play Rogue Squadron, or my GameCube or something.
Yeah.
Catch y'all on Battlefront 2?
Yeah, exactly.
Starfighter Assault. Yeah, no, I agree. It's going to be strange how they decide to figure it out. If it's going to be like, respawns, like said, or if it's going to be execution from Gears of War and do like a round-based progression.
Yeah, like search and destroy on Call of Duty.
Exactly. So,
well, one of the things you said was that if you want the arcade experience, you already have it on Star Wars Battlefront 2, but you can think about, Eric probably never even heard about this, but Don Madrick, who was the old Phil Spencer, he's the head of Xbox, he said, if you do not want an Xbox One, we already have a product for you. That's the Xbox 360. He said that in the interview. He alienated so much of a fan base with one stupid-ass statement. And it's kind of the same thing with this game, though, if they focus on the competitive esports scene, which they're going to do. They did it with... everybody, we are actually recording this on a video as well, and my brother just bailed, and we couldn't help but laugh because he's like, peace. And he's back already. Anyways... It's just, that they're going to hire a bunch of streamers for this to pimp the game out, and it just, I don't know, man, it just sucks. There's got to be so many people out there like us who just want to have a ton of fun and not have to take it serious. I'm just tired of taking games serious these days. Like, I shouldn't have to play Apex with my brother, and then we go into a lobby, and it's nothing but Apex predators, people who play every single day. We can't play every day. We have other things going on in life, or there's just other games to play too. So it's just, I'm really curious to see how they handle the matchmaking, how they, their verbiage when it comes to the release of the game, how they present themselves. And that's where Star Wars Squadron lies until we get more information. Maybe we'll get a beta soon. It does come out October 2nd. There's still a chance for a beta. And those are my final thoughts on stupid-ass Star Wars.
I know, because we did talk about it quite a lot last episode, and we're talking about it a lot right now, but there's a lot to talk about with the game because Star Wars is very near and dear to all of us. So I mean, we'll see if it's gonna. Oh, go ahead.
It's okay to talk about it. I think a lot of people want Star Wars to do good still. The new movies suck, so we need something to save us, and this is a game that can do that. But it's EA that we're talking about, so I'm still scared.
That's the problem, though. That's the problem. Is it's near and dear to our hearts, whether we're 32, 28, 50. Doesn't matter. We just want something good.
Yeah.
And I don't see how hard it is. I mean, I don't know, dude. We don't do that work, but I just don't know how hard it is to just put questions out there and ask how the hell you guys want the thing to look, how you want the game to be, what do you want in it. You know, it's not that difficult.
Well, apparently The Last Jedi said it is.
Well,
Anyways, so
in the Star Wars episode.
they also, I know I'm gonna cut it off right now on the Star Wars. Well, everybody there, the Star Wars episodes are coming soon. Give us like another week and a half. So Apex Legends showed off the new Lost Treasures Collection event. It comes with Season 5 of Apex Legends. With it comes a Armed and Dangerous Evolved, which brings several improvements and additions. So you will have the evolving body shields, which is stupid. It will bring new cosmetic items, and it will drop on June 23rd. So it's a collection event like the Bloodhounds. You can get the new heirloom item for Mirage, a bunch of really cool looking outfits that are fucking $18 for whatever stupid ass reason. But they did show in the trailer that Apex Legends will be coming to Steam. There will be full-fledged crossplay, and it will also be released on the Nintendo Switch. I don't think that's going to run well, but I'm excited to try it out because I love my Nintendo Switch. They also showed in the trailer that Lifeline will be getting a buff where you can use her tactical ability, and the Doc drone will actually pick up or revive your teammates while you still fight, which is going to be insane. It's going to completely change the way people play that game. Well, ranked and social. It made Lifeline just even, like, she's already an incredible character, but they really nailed it right there on the head. Unlike Pathfinder, they ruined his ass and decided to make his LB tactical cooldown 35 seconds until you can use it again. I don't know why you would nerf the grapple like that, but yeah.
That's a little extreme, not gonna lie.
it's 20 seconds too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it used to be 15 seconds.
I mean, if they upped it to like 2025, perfect. But 35 is just a huge, I don't know. I think that was a little too drastic of a nerf. Because we have two. I'm with currently two Pathfinder mains. It's made it like almost a, I don't want to say a usable character, but
You're with two different Pathfinder fans. I'm, again, the casual gamer who picks him randomly, and I thought it was okay until I got into battle where I needed to freaking do that. Ryan, on the other hand, likes to be very aggressive, and for him it doesn't work out. So the 35 is definitely too much.
So, Brandon, I'll give you an example. So me, Eric, and one of our friends, I think it was actually just Garrett, we were playing a ranked match, and I was trying to get away. And normally this dude, like, you see the game clips. I'm not saying I'm pro, but you can see me get away like it's nothing, dude. I literally could not escape this team because I was too busy with a goddamn cooldown. And there's nothing about his grapple that, like, makes him a better character than anybody else besides the escape aspect. If you get into a hot situation, if you're good with the grapple, guess what? You're out. Because they already nerfed at from the launch of the game, the length that the grapple goes out, they cut it down a little bit so it doesn't shoot out so far. And I thought that was pretty bad too. So you nerf, I don't know. I just don't get it, man. The experience was so bad, I literally stopped playing the game for like a few days. I was just like, what the fuck? So it kind of harpens on what I was talking about earlier, though, is these multiplayer games, they feel like they have to nerf and buff all the time. And I really don't get it because, Apex is a bad accuser, or, I would say they're really guilty of it, with all the attachments they add for their guns, like the disruptor rounds in Season 2 with the alternator and RE45. It took down shields a lot faster, but it didn't do that much kinetic damage, which is your regular health. And they took it out the next season. They took out Skullpiercer for like a few seasons. And it's just, they built such a great game, but they just really fall short on so much, and I just don't understand it. It's like they listen to their fans, but not so much. Like, we still don't even have a solo playlist. I don't understand that.
And I think that'd be pretty fun. I think that would change, like they always try to do, is change the meta of the game. And, Yeah, that would be a lot of fun. I mean, I get tired of these buffs and then kind of happy about the buffs. Some of the characters need buffs. The nerfs don't need to happen so freaking much. I mean, it's a little over a year old and it gets a little tiring. And that's one of the main games that I play, again, as the casual guy. Uh, but I do like the new Mirage buff. I do like the new Lifeline that they showed. But the Pathfinder thing's a little, that's just too much. You know, they can, I mean, I guess we're just talking about one character right now that could be changed, but I don't know. And then, like Ryan was just talking about, is the Skull Piercer and the Disruptor and the Hammer Point. And they're just changing so much every single time. I don't know. It becomes a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot when, there's nerfs and buffs and the meta's constantly changing, but that's the thing about what we feel, a lot of these games are going to be is it's constant content updates as well as balancing issues. So say every season you have a new, not only character, but new, items to spice up the gameplay, like disruptor rounds, like skull piercers, and they test them in-house. It's the same for like most any game. When like expansions for board games, expansions for card games, you're gonna have some unknown interactions that may make a certain combo particularly devastating. And I think that's just like how gaming is now. Is like constantly, balancing things that need to be in check. So the meta is constantly changing. It's just because we get overpowered items. But I feel like those balancing issues, while some are extreme, they have to happen frequently so that way it keeps a somewhat level playing field. But 35 seconds.
So,
go ahead.
So that's something you just said. A level playing field. I talked about it, a few minutes ago, but the matchmaking in Apex Legends is utter bullshit. If you look at Eric's stats and you look at mine and then the random we get, they are astronomically different, but we're matched with people who are leagues above me. And like, how is that going to be fun for any of us? Like, we're just trying to drop, find our favorite guns, do a bunch of dumb shit, have fun. And it's just, we're always paired with Apex Predators, people who are like Diamond, Master League, Champion, or, Apex Predators, sorry. And it's just like, how have they not fixed that yet? Like, Brandon, if all three of us play right now, there's going to be the craziest tryhards in it. And it just... It really bothers me. You talked about, the disruptor rounds. They were kind of overpowered when they came out, but that kind of stuff gives newer players an edge, though. Because no matter how good I am, I always found myself getting destroyed by those things. Even if the person I killed after they used them, you can see their card or whatever, and it's like some low-level, terrible stats. But because they had the add-on to their gun, the attachment, they were able to put up a good fight. And so it kind of gives them an edge too, though. Skull Piercer, for one, if you get a headshot with the longbow, it does 115 damage. It used to do even more, I think. But with the Wingman, it's like 101 damage as well right now. So it gives those new players something to really be hopeful for, because they're like, oh, cool, I got this. I can really do some serious damage to people, because, with purple shields and full health, you only have 200 health points if you look at it like that. So literally 2 shots, you're down. That's crazy. It should be that way. Obviously, there's people out there who are really good at it and don't miss those shots, but that's why you have a more skill-based matchmaking, because these new players won't encounter those players at all. It just won't happen. It's not supposed to happen. And it's just why they haven't fixed that bothers me. I understand they got to focus on these collection events like the ones we saw on EA Play, because they make a lot of money off them. But we can talk about that too, is that the fact that a skin for my gun, if they call it legendary, is $18. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard, but that game, Valeriant, from Riot Games, the people that make League of Legends, one of their skins right now, even after they call it a discount for their assault rifle, is $72. And all it is blue with a little bit of red and a logo. It's not shiny. It's not like the legendary skins you get for these collection events on Apex, where it's like a completely different looking design for the gun. It's none of that. It's literally just a paint scheme. And I just think these developers are being a little bit too greedy. No one told them to make Apex Legends a free-to-play game. They could have charged $30 for it, and all of us still would have bought it because it's Respawn, and they know gameplay better than anybody else when it comes to first-person shooters. Like, there's hands down, they are the masters of it. I thought Halo was good. They shit on Halo. They shit on Call of Duty. Titanfall changed everything when it came to FPSs. But the way they update Apex, it's like, oh, cool, you like that? Well, fuck you, we got rid of it. And the fact that we also can't choose Kings Canyon as the only map we want to play, or just World's Edge, after almost a year and a half of being out, is fucking ludicrous.
Yeah, you're talking two things that would make that game, in my mind, and probably Ryan's too, more enjoyable all the time. Every time I log in is A, like you just said, picking the map, because if you go online, people want World's Edge. And World's Edge is okay, but Kings Canyon is better in my opinion. And the second thing is either A, you do duos, or B, you do trios. Doesn't matter if you do trios, the skill level is just not the players. And with Ryan having a better skill than myself, because I'm not that good, but because of that, we get online.
You're not playing it to be good. You're playing it to have fun.
Just, like, having fun. I enjoy playing it, but that could be fixed. So instead of doing all these nerfs and buffs and pulling these characters and these items and these weapons and all this shit, just fix that, and then allow solos, because that would be pretty cool, and then allow the choosing of the map. I mean, I don't think that's too hard. They're already rotating the map, so what's the difference?
Yeah, when we play on World's Edge, the first thing I think about the second we fly out of the ship is, God, can I just uninstall this game now? And I really hate to sound like a whiny bitch about it, but that map is so terribly designed for a battle royale. I shouldn't have to be forced to play it. The new season came out, season 5 came out recently, if anyone doesn't know. And for 10 days, they allowed you to play on the brand new Kings Canyon. They got rid of Skull Town. They made great changes. They're very good at making changes to the maps. But after that 10 days ended, you're back to a stupid-ass 1-hour rotation between the new Kings Canyon and World's Edge. So it's like, all right, cool. I just bought your season pass, and you're already making me have,
I think we lost Ryan there.
I'm pretty sure he just died. He got bombed or something.
This is a fantastic
dude.
screen cap.
Edit.
This is getting cut, boys. Take a snapshot. Wait, take a snapshot of me?
Oh.
That's retarded. Why would I do that? Call layout.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, everybody. We seem to be having technical difficulties.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell just happened.
Wow, dude.
Dude.
Mans is back.
Yeah, so sorry about that. I don't know what happened, but I shouldn't have to be alienated to play on a certain map, right? I didn't even lose my thought. I'm so butthurt about this topic. If anybody ever hears this from Respawn, and it's somewhat soon somehow, fix your shit. Listen to the fan base just a little bit more. I know there's people on your Twitter asking for ridiculous requests, but being able to choose your map, having better skill-based matchmaking, and solo queues, that's really not much to ask for. And if you can't fix that, then you might as well just stop updating your game, because eventually people are going to be tired of it and go play Call of Duty Warzone, a game that's updated on a consistent basis, free to play, and it's extremely good. The amount of content they add to Warzone is honestly incredible. I got to hand it to them. Infinity Ward is killing it. So if you want to beat your competitors, you got to update a little bit faster. They have over 100 people working on Apex Legends now, so I don't really think the whole we have a small team thing really cuts it for this kind of game.
They definitely have the resources to update swiftly, update regularly, and they may not be doing that. But I do agree, the game is in desperate need of some skill-based matchmaking. I'm not a huge fan of skill-based matchmaking in some games, because that you sacrifice connection-based matchmaking, where you Yeah, you'll be matched up with players of the same skill. However, your connection's going to be absolute shit, and it's going to create a problem. Like skill-based matchmaking in Destiny and Destiny 2 was a goddamn nightmare, and it made laggy ass games, and it was just not fun. But in a game like Apex, where you have a free-to-play platform that casual gamers as well as semi-professional gamers can get into and enjoy, you're gonna alienate the casual gamers, the people you want to bring into the fold, with getting matched up against somebody who's gonna clap their cheeks to Tuesday and back. So I agree. Skill-based matchmaking needs to be a little bit more efficient in determining all kinds of skill groups in the group. Because obviously we have a team right here. We have a team of 3. I'm personally a lifeline main sometimes, and
sort of.
Just a little bit.
I'm pretty sure I'm reviving you more than you're reviving people.
You know what, Ryan? And see, this is the thing. We have a semi-professional. We have me, who's in the middle. We have our casual gamer, and the algorithm should meld us together against
Voltron into one.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I agree. Skill-based matchmaking can definitely use an improvement to,
And then ranked matches. Don't even get me started on ranked matches.
We have people who are making Smurf accounts to, go up against, those lower level players.
Oh yes, I would like to publicly say I am that person. I have to make a Smurf account just to play with my friends, so we can level up on ranked.
Well, that's because I suck.
The whole rank system is bullshit. I'm fucking gold in season 5 right now, and I'm already playing with diamond players and all that. I don't know. I can't be that good at the game to where I'm only playing people that are twice, a couple tiers above me. Fix your shit, Respawn.
Oh, honestly, speaking of, different playing fields and levels, etc., what do you guys think about crossplay with Apex Legends? Do you guys feel like we're going to be having some issues, with PC players versus Switch players, and the animosity that'll bring?
So, I'm actually really excited for crossplay on Apex. There's something about having all of these consoles and all these platforms playing at the same time. I think it's going to be pretty badass. I've seen the way people play it on PC, though. We're all fucked. Like, even the casual PC players are better than most of our top-tier console players. So I don't know how they're going to make that work.
Yeah,
it's... like I said at the beginning of this, Respawn has done it better than anybody.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Honestly, that's probably the best answer for it. Yarp,
Yeah, well, I just wanted to make sure you could hear me, dude, because I was talking and...
How long were you talking and we couldn't hear you?
Well, no, my screen is frozen. I see you guys moving, but my screen up at the right top is frozen.
It's a better internet, dude.
Who do you have?
Fuck Frontier.
Yeah, fuck Frontier, honestly.
I'm paying
fuck
too
them.
much
Sucks.
for what they're giving me, and then if I quit, or if I cancel it right now, and then have like my wife re-up, I would pay like $40 for better internet.
Yeah.
And I've called them about it. And they're like, well, anyways, we can edit this part out, right?
No, we'll just stop talking about it. So the crossplay, I think it's going to backfire for a lot of console players because, like I said at the beginning of this topic, Respawn nailed first-person gameplay better than anyone else has with Titanfall, and then, of course, now with Apex. So if you're like a casual who's not good at hopping over walls, like my brother, or getting stuck on objects, like Brandon...
That wall you can literally not get over, Ryan. Unless you're Pathfinder or Octane.
I don't remember what wall it was. But
it's on World's Edge.
I think crossplay is great, but I feel like after a few days, people are going to start demanding for PC to be cut out and it just be consoles, and that's it. I really do feel like with this type of gameplay, PC players are just going to dominate everybody. I don't see how it's going to be a level playing field. And I also think Apex Legends coming to the Switch is incredible. That game or that console still needs whatever support it can get. And the fact that we see it getting even more of these titles means that so many, publishers out there want to keep putting brand new games on the Switch. Obviously, it's not brand new to us because we have Xboxes and stuff. But Eric's making stupid ass faces right now.
Eric was on the right side of my screen. I was on the left side of my screen.
Brandon
He's fucking Houdini. I was like, shit, we lost him.
He's back.
Look at my face glow.
Yeah, your face.
You got that glow going on, dude.
He's got that glow. So Apex coming to Switch is great. That means more publishers are on board with supporting this console. It hasn't been confirmed, but hopefully inevitable, Nintendo Switch Pro will come out soon. And it can run games like this with no problem. So we'll see how that goes, but that's pretty much my thing with Apex. Respawn, if you do hear this again, just make Titanfall 3. Just cut the shit. Bring Jack Cooper back for another campaign.
That's the reason why they made Apex, is to fund Titanfall 3.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I try and fall asleep at night. Yeah, man. Crossplay. I mean, they really made crossplay a huge point of all of EA Live. Not only with Apex, but other games that they mentioned. So, I mean, that's good on them to do. Break those barriers, because when it comes down to it, like everybody just wants to play with their friends. And they don't have to worry about like, oh shit, I have an Xbox, but they have PlayStation. I have PlayStation, but they have Xbox. Blah blah blah, fucking blah. Break those barriers. People can buy whatever the fuck they want, and that way there's no qualms with playing the games you want to play with your friends. Hopefully the next gen consoles, PS5 and Xbox Series X, right? That's the name of it. Fuck. The Xbox Series X will be able to perform as well as a PC can, and level that playing field. But I mean, that's to be seen.
Well, as long as the Series X works like my Xbox currently works, and I can sit about 6 to 7 feet away from my TV and still enjoy playing video games, we're good.
You need to sit so much closer.
I'm currently 2 feet from my monitor.
Yeah, I sit roughly. So close. I can't. When I go to his house and I'll play on his Xbox, I just can't do it, dude. I'm like, no wonder why you suck.
It was so cute just now. Like, so since we're on a video call, like Ryan, you like tilted your head to the side. Eric did the same, and it looks like you guys were like leaning on each other's shoulders, and that was adorable. No, other way. Okay, no, right. Okay. Now Eric's just.
All right. Oh, Eric's just dancing now.
Eric's just feeling himself. Shit. Groove.
I know where I'm going after this. When we over, dude? Because I gotta go upstairs.
Oh, damn.
Wait, what?
I'm gonna use my non-fleshlight.
That's good. That's fine.
I'm gonna take my bitch out of the closet. Anyways. Hey, she's more faithful than any bitch I've been with, so.
All right.
Whoa!
Real quick before we. Oh, damn! Shots fired. All right, everyone. Before we take off, we will be recording a Elder Scrolls episode with a good friend on Wednesday. That will be whatever fucking day it is. It's next week. I don't know. Sorry. And yeah, that's pretty much
24th.
That's right. The 24th. Thank you, Eric.
Computer.
And it won't be me. So if you guys didn't like me, I don't like Elder Scrolls. So
yeah, it will be with somebody who's extremely knowledgeable on the franchise. So definitely tune into that if you want to know more about the lore.
Yeah, get ready to nerd out.
Get ready to nerd out over Elder Scrolls.
If you haven't nerded out yet, you're about to nerd the fuck out on
If
Wednesday.
you didn't know how much Todd Howard's a god, you will know on Wednesday.
Hey, it just works.
It just works.
Todd Howard, more like Todd How Hard.
Yeah, pretty much. So, all right, everyone. It's been the It Just Works podcast. I'm Ryan.
I'm Brandon. Thank you to
And
Eric.
I'm special guest.
Yeah, thanks to Eric who just chimed in, you stupid bitch. We're trying to close out and really make him feel included, but no, he just had to chime in. Anyways, yes, this has been my brother Eric. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for everyone listening, and tune into our Elder Scrolls episode on Wednesday.
You know what? Thank you, Ryan, for carrying me through every video game I've ever had in the last 10 years.
Oh, it's a fucking burden.
Don't worry, we'll talk about it.
That's the love of family.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for listening, guys.
Y'all are fucking beautiful. Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.